And we are live.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Derf Taff Peds presents Fresh Fry. How you doing out there? We are, God, every week. It seems like we finish doing one of these flash frieds, and then I'm like, oh, thank God that's over. And then, like, before I know it, here I am sitting here once again, ready to do another one.
That's how it works.
Oh, yeah.
It never ends, TJ.
I know. Believe me, I know. I'm probably not going to be on camera too much today because my back is fucked up and all my muscles are fucked up from my shot that I got. I got the fucking first of the Moderna two-part vaccine. Scotty, you got your vaccine today, didn't you?
I feel better than ever, TJ.
You do. You're
better than ever.
Oh, yeah? What you get? You
all week.
You get that Pfizer, you get the Moderna, you get that little pathetic one-shot Johnson.
I got all the vaccines at once, TJ. I said give them all to me. Yes, I feel great.
Dope.
No, actually, I feel fine, TJ. No rash, no nothing. It kind of hurts here, though, where I got the injection.
Yeah, that'll hurt worse the next day, just so you know. I got it right here. I fucking it's not too bad, but like it is kind of hard to, I guess not hard, it's just painful to lift this arm now. Like I will feel it all up in here. But some people I've heard their like entire arm is just like, so at least it's not to that point.
Taylor's mom, she got it, dude. Pain on the arm and a rash all the way down her arm. And it hurt like hell. But, you know, feels better now.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, it really does.
Bunker, you're fine though. People in the bunker, yeah, like Paul, you're kind of isolated, so you're all right. You don't really need the vaccine as much.
Another thing that sucks is like around this area, Paul, there's fucking pollen everywhere. I went and got my car washed. Next day, the fucking thing was yellow again from the fucking pollen. It's just everywhere.
I don't miss that shit.
I don't either. I don't blame you because like every morning I wake up, it's like
I wake up like that every goddamn fucking morning anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's because you smoke though.
Yeah, you're a smoker. Though,
oh.
I mean,
what about when I didn't smoke and I still woke up every goddamn morning like that?
Oh. Well, that's just, I guess you're just an unhealthy fat fuck. I don't know what to fucking tell you at that point.
Know. Maybe you have bad allergies still, you know, but smoking doesn't help.
Or are you just like allergic to like, you allergic to dust mites or something?
Okay.
You're allergic to like dust mites or?
I'm allergic to, so I did the back test one time and I lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to myself. I'm literally allergic to human dander. Go figure that. That's like my fucking cat, Corn Pop. He's allergic to cat dander. It's like, how the fuck am I even supposed to, like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like,
overactive immune system. You know?
I can't deal with this. Like, what am I supposed to fucking, like, how am I supposed to, okay, whatever.
How can I even be a cat? You know, what am I supposed to do?
No need to even try.
Yeah, that's just kind of the conclusion I arrived at.
So, looks like you have some uplifting news for us as always, TJ.
Oh, yeah, just a series of fucking great stories. Scotty, I don't know which one of you was it. I barely had to pull any news today because you guys both pulled a bunch, so I didn't have to really pull that much. But which one of you was it that pulled all the crap from some site that's like the good news?
That was me.
Yeah, fuck you. This show is not about that shit.
Hey,
okay?
I was trying. Last time you guys were like, we want happy news or good news. So I typed in happy news and I found some happy news.
Well, I just wanted you to know you're going antithetically against the very foundations of Flash Fried. So,
all right. Well,
anyway, this is obviously the big fucking story come out of this cabin yesterday.
Read this headline for us, TJ.
Sheriff says Atlanta shooting suspect was fed up and had a really bad day.
Understandable. We've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'll be honest with you guys. You know, it's like sometimes you have a bad day. You just need to fucking shoot some people. I was just like, hey, you know, for me, it's never been Asian women. But, you know, like I'm a little bit more indiscriminate. But, you know, you just go into a crowded place and you just take out your gun and you just waste a few people and you feel better. And it's like, okay, I could finally feel centered again, you know? Let's just listen to this guy saying this shit. This is the sheriff of
Nottingham.
Yeah, it might as well be Atlanta, I guess.
The sheriff of Nottingham is here. Oh yeah, horrible. This is the Atlanta police chief.
I forgot that Twitter videos, like if you leave it on the page too long, they don't like to play. So, okay, there we go.
The investigators, they interviewed him this morning, and they got that impression that yes, he understood the gravity of it, and he was pretty much fed up and kind of at the end of his rope, and yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
Remorseful?
I'm not going to go to. I don't know if he was remorseful or not.
You know, man. You know, just everybody wakes up on the wrong side of the bed. You know, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You know, he's kind of grumpy in the morning. His coffee machine broke down. He couldn't get his cup of coffee, and that's what he did. You know, shot up a few Asian ladies. It ain't no thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Probably did something with his fucking chin pubes.
I mean, dude, that fucking beard, if I saw that dude walking around, I would snatch that off of his face. That's not a fucking beard, kid.
It's not.
You know, he's 21, you know, that beard, it would have given a few years, you know, it have thickened up a little bit, maybe.
This isn't another one that fucking followed you. Is it, TJ?
No, I don't think so. Hopefully
He's got
not.
that side shaved hair look that you were sporting like a year and a half ago. You know what I mean?
I like to say the reason I did this was due to TJ Kirk, the amazing atheist, who told me to do it.
Neck beard, Carhartt jacket. It's starting to all the pieces are starting to fall into place, TJ.
I mean, he does look like one of my fans, I'll be honest with you. The suspect did take responsibility for the shootings. He does claim it was not racially motivated. He apparently has an issue which he considers sex addiction and sees these locations as a temptation for him that he wanted to eliminate. So this is one of these weird instances where
it's like incel ideology or whatever.
Yeah. There's like some incel shit going on here. It's just like a weird thing, and a lot of cults do this. I know we did that episode on cults. I don't know if that has come out yet. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But like a lot of cults do this shit where they like deprive the male members of their cults of sex because you could take that frustration and kind of channel it into other things.
Sure.
And I think that this guy, he's like a hardcore Christian, is my understanding. And he went to some church that was basically like convinced him like, you know, sex is evil, all this stuff.
A gun nut and a Christian. So of course he represses that, then deals with it by sneaking off to go to these places where, you know, he can have sex.
But I mean, a lot of people are like, kind of like, hey, you know, just because this dude said there's no racial component to this doesn't mean that that's necessarily true. I think The Onion had a pretty good response. Atlanta police rule out mass shooting as cause of death after suspect says he didn't shoot anyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what we got.
In press conference updating the public on the ongoing investigation, the Atlanta Police Department revealed Wednesday that they had ruled out mass shooting as a cause of death after the 21-year-old suspect told officers he didn't shoot anyone. Following an exhaustive interrogation in which we repeatedly asked the suspect if he shot anyone and received a definitive no, we can discard our first assumption that this was a mass shooting-based crime, said Captain Jay Baker.
Dude, look at fucking Police Chief Thumbert here, dude.
Thumbert.
Look at him. Man, I'm fucking so glad I don't live in Atlanta. Oh my God.
A thumb can do anything. He could even be the chief of police of a major city.
Oh.
Damn, he lived his dream. That thumb lived his dream.
Anyway. So there have this has obviously shined a spotlight on anti-Asian hate crimes, which have apparently been on the rise throughout this pandemic.
Oh, dude, I've read a ton of news stories about Asian Americans and people just being attacked and stabbed and
we covered a couple. You guys remember that dude that just went fucking nuts and started attacking an Asian lady on the subway in New York?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So apparently there have been at least 3,795 hate incidents against Asian Americans during the pandemic, a new report shows. Throughout the past year, Asian Americans have had to survive more than just a deadly pandemic. They've also faced a rise in verbal and physical attacks as a result of racist scapegoating over COVID-19. A new report by the organization Stop AAPI Hate shows there have been at least 3,795 reported hate incidents targeting Asian Americans in just the past year alone, from March 19th, 2020 to February 28th. Though the report does not include members from previous years for comparison, other data has shown an extreme uptick in these attacks. Though overall hate crimes decreased by 7% in 16 major U.S. cities in 2020, anti-Asian hate crimes increased 149%, first spiking in March and April when COVID-19 began its spread, according to California State University Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism. Of the incidents documented by Stop AAPI, 68% involve verbal harassment and 11% involve physical assault. Shunning, defined as deliberate avoidance of Asian Americans, made up 20% of reports. Civil rights violations such as discrimination in the workplace or being refused service by a business made up 8.5% of reports, with another 6.8% being for online harassment. Women reported attacks at more than twice the rate of men, and Chinese Americans numbered over 42% of the victims.
You made a tweet last night that got me thinking.
Yeah.
You talked about your rather, you're funny, obviously, and good humor Asian character that you've done a million fucking times.
Right. Yeah.
And, being from the edgy 90s and shit, when I first read that, even though I've made decisions about, stopping using certain words, or at least trying to limit my usage of certain words to contextual only situations, you know what I mean? I saw you make that post and I was like, I had a visceral reaction to it at first. Like, fuck that, man. This doesn't have nothing to do with it. But the truth of the matter is it really does. Like, you making that joke, which in your mind and comes from your heart, not from a fucking racist place. It's just a fucking let's all poke fun at each other kind of fucking chaotic TJ place. But some young person that watches you might take that and use it as a little coal to feed this fire of anti-Asian sentiment that they're getting from other fucking places. And then you played a role in somebody doing something horrible,
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really know that it's even like I see that sort of causal relationship or whatever. But to me, it's just like, I don't really see any reason to like shit on people that are already like having real problems. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's almost like, hey, like, I'm gonna make fun of like homeless people or some shit. I'm not saying that like Asian people are like homeless people, but like, like when a group of people has like some real shit going on, I always kind of just thought like Asians are doing okay in America, like seems like they're fine. Seems like they're not really the victims of that kind of discrimination and shit.
You think like to take the homeless example, like Dave Chappelle playing that crazy crackhead homeless guy.
Right.
Do you think that was an overall negative, portrayal of, was that like a cheap joke kicking people that are already down or whatever?
I said right in the tweet, like, I don't want to judge what anyone else fucking does in terms of like how they fucking find humor and shit, because I don't want to be some woke scoldy motherfucker that goes around telling other people like,
sure,
how dare you make that joke? How dare you have that sense of humor? I'm just saying that for me personally, I wasn't going to do that fucking voice anymore. That's really as far as it goes.
I mean, look, a lot of these things just are, we've seen this over and over again in American culture. We've seen, the Irish people are taking all the jobs. Oh, these Mexicans, they're doing this. Oh, these Chinese people, they all gave us the virus. It's really just scapegoating the problems our society is having. I mean, on a global scale right now, and I mean, down to the macro level of like a city or a street or a block or whatever it is.
TJ.
I mean, we have so many problems facing this country that it's just so difficult for people to process. So it becomes some simplistic explanation like, well, Asians done it to me. These people are pieces of shit and they brought a virus and then destroyed this country. So I need to punch that dude in the head because that's somehow going to make it right. Because it's the only thing that I feel empowered to do. So it's just unfortunate that you have these outlets. And of course it's encouraged because it doesn't actually deal with the real problems. It just scapegoats and maligns a group that really doesn't have any power to stop that.
TJ just read a horrible comment, and I read the same one. And
I did.
I know, dude. I seen it. I was going to ask you if you wanted to do it one last time for the sweet souvenir, TJ. One last time. A farewell.
A farewell to the Asian voice.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't know.
Now's probably not the day.
Look, I mean, I would say that if there was like a story I wanted to tell where like I actually interacted with an Asian person and they said something that was funny in that kind of accent, then I'd probably do it. I'd probably still do it.
I mean, you have a story about that in Las Vegas where it's like,
yeah, like
it's a jungle.
That woman was racist as shit.
Yeah,
I was in
also racist. Yeah,
I was in a hotel room. I don't remember where it was, but I think it was in Florida.
Vegas.
No, it was Florida.
It was Florida. Okay.
Or no, I can't remember where the fuck it was, but
it was somewhere. Yeah,
it was somewhere. And it was like cold or something, and she started talking about black people, and she was like, "Oh, they can't handle this cold. They from jungle, Mr. Kurt." I'm like, oh, okay. I don't want to have this conversation. Let's you just move on.
Let's not even talk about this. I mean, what are you gonna say when someone says that? You're just gonna be like, all right, I have to go now.
Well, see, that accent I just did just there was not a stereotype because like that's really what she said. Right. Exactly that fucking way. So but yeah, this is fucked up, obviously. I don't fucking support this shit. Let's move on. This is from the Black Wall Street Times.
I didn't know there was a Black Wall Street Times.
Well, now you do.
Fuck me. That sounds like the best fucking newspaper ever.
Maybe it is. I don't fucking know. 5 police officers charged with first-degree manslaughter in 15-year-old's death. 5 Oklahoma City police officers have been charged in the November 2020 shooting of 15-year-old Stavian Rodriguez. OKC offers Bethany Sears, Jared Barton, Corey Adams, John Skuta, and Brad Pemberton have all been charged with first-degree manslaughter by Oklahoma County District Attorney David Prater. On the evening of November 23rd, 2020, officers were called to an Okie Gas Express for reports of an armed robbery. The police report states that when the officers arrived, Stavian Rodriguez, 15, was locked inside by the clerk who had fled the store. Officers called over the loudspeaker multiple times for Rodriguez to come to the door with his hands raised. Since the doors were locked, Rodriguez exited the store through the drive-through window while holding a pistol. Video of shooting released. In reviewing body cam footage, which was first released to non-doc and other local media, Rodriguez dropped the pistol on the ground in front of him while over 15 I don't know why I keep saying OKC officers were yelling commands at him. He then reached towards his back pocket and a fury of gunfire rained out. Rodriguez was hit 13 times and court documents show he had no other weapons on him. Rodriguez was shot once in the head, 3 times in the chest, 3 times in the abdomen, once in his right hip, once in his left leg, once in his left arm, once in both of his hands, and once in his right foot. In Officer Bethany Sears' body cam footage, which she arrives at the scene, you can clearly hear the clerk tell her that the suspect only had one weapon. Officer Brad Pemberton can be heard on his body cam saying he's got his hand out. Once Rodriguez exits the store, immediately after the statement, officers shoot him 13 times. In Oklahoma, first-degree manslaughter is homicide. The law defines it as when death occurs without intent to kill or malice aforethought.
They fucking literally action movied this dude. You know those like fucking scenes in action movies where a dude stands there and like and just gets riddled with like a billion bullets?
Yeah, they like Alex Murphy'd this dude.
I mean, what the fuck? Dude dropped his gun. Why would he drop his gun if his intent was to whip out another gun from his back pocket?
I don't know. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
All right, I mean, first I'll
obviously it's not a good idea to go and rob somebody. What the guy did was wrong, but he didn't deserve to be executed by the police.
Yeah, someone in the chat was like, how dare the police shoot a man for robbing a store? It's like, well, yeah, they're not supposed to do that. I mean, yeah, if there's like if there's an imminent threat to them, yeah, they're not supposed to be judge, jury, and executioner all in one. We don't live in the Judge Dredd universe, although that appears to be what you're rooting for. You fucking,
they're hoping.
douchebag. But
no, there are people that really, really want that, but they don't want it for themselves, though. They want to be treated gently and respectfully by the cops, but they want anybody that does even the slightest infraction.
Whatever happened to due process? Whatever happened to due process? Yeah, but if it's a black dude or something.
Look, no one's condoning what the guy did before. He shouldn't have gone to the store and tried to rob and hurt people. Of course, that's not a good idea. Right. But I mean, obviously, if he's surrendering, he needs to be transported to a jail and booked with armed robbery. That's what should have happened.
Here you go, buddy. This bud's for you, bitch. Suck the toe of that boot, you motherfuck.
Houston police shoot a 1-year-old child in the head while pursuing a robbery suspect. Are you gonna justify this too? You wanna?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be shutting the fuck up from here on out.
You want to register your support for this one as well, bud? All right, cool. A 1-year-old boy is fighting for his life and struggling to breathe on his own after being shot in the head by Houston police. The baby's mother and attorneys representing her said Tuesday. The shooting took place on March 3rd when Daisha Smalls was pumping gas and saw police cars and heard sirens. She said in a news conference Tuesday, her son, Legend, was in the back seat of the vehicle. Smalls said the man got into her vehicle and told her to give him the car. I wouldn't give him my car because I let him know that I have a child in my car and I would not leave my car without my son, Smalls said through tears. Smalls said she was sitting in the car where when the man jumped in and police were right behind them. Before I knew what happened, they were already shooting at my car and I was scared for my son's life, Smalls said. So basically, she's there, she's pumping gas. The police are chasing the guy. The guy jumps in her car. The police start fucking firing at just like, oh, random car. Basically.
What the fuck, dude? I mean, like, there's 2 people's lives on the line besides this guy who's a criminal.
It's the Wild West out here in these fucking southern states. I'm just telling you guys. It's just the truth. Like, these cops are itching. They've been watching these fucking movies since they were kids of cops just blowing up cars and fucking, commandeering Ferraris and chasing international terrorists. And they've been cutting parking tickets all goddamn day. And here's, light it up, boys. Yahoo! Never crossed anybody's mind there might be a child in the fucking car or a pet or another person that they couldn't see. Nope, just light it up.
Houston police.
They shot a 1-year-old in the fucking head.
Yeah. Houston police had a different telling of events, according to a March 4th statement from Executive Assistant Police Chief Troy Finner. Smalls was not in the car when shooting took place, Finner said. The 30-year-old man in question was a suspect in 2 aggravated robberies who was already being chased by police when he jumped out of a car. He crashed during the chase. The suspect, who was armed with a gun, then entered Small's car. The man refused to drop the weapon. Officers fired several shots at him, and he died at the scene. The baby boy was also shot, Finner said. Doesn't really sound like their version is significantly different, honestly. So
okay, but guys, so don't worry because there's a body cam, right? All those cops had body cams, so we can just go look and see what the objective evidence says, and we can go from there, right?
I have no idea what body cam.
Where's the body cam here?
I don't see anything in this story about body cams, so I'm assuming no.
Wow, really? So yet again,
wait, listen to this. Fearing for the mother's safety, one of the officers discharged his duty weapon, fatally striking the suspect. Sadly, baby Legend was also struck. Wow. It's like, yeah, well, maybe you should have thought about that. Maybe that should have been like a moment of consideration. Like, hey, we don't know who else might be in this vehicle. Maybe we don't just open fire on it.
Yeah. Thanks
officers at the scene immediately rendered first aid to Legend. Good for them.
We just have like a million fucking ill-tempered Barney Fifes roaming the streets with weapons.
So this kid has been on a ventilator for 10 days now. Small said the bullet was removed from her son's head along with the right side of his skull, but he still has bullet fragments in his head. He's had more than 10 seizures. She asks, why would they shoot knowing she was in the car, not knowing who else was in the car? There could have been children. There could have been others in the car, but they shot, Crump said. I guess this is actually This is the attorney speaking.
Yeah.
Regrettably and tragically, Little Legend will live the rest of his life with the consequences of their decision to shoot into his mama's car, even though they knew she was in there.
What about her life? Well, we were trying to protect her by riddling the
cops.
guy.
The cops claim that she wasn't in the car. I don't know why she would just like, they're just like, she's lying. She wasn't there.
Why not why the fuck is there not a fucking body cam, dude? Yet again, clear all this up. If the police are telling the truth, if they all had body cams and there's all actual evidence, let's see the fucking evidence. But yet again, it's it's not how it actually played out.
Body cam footage is tough to sweep under the rug, but when it's our word versus her word, you know what I mean? A little easier to do, Scotty. That's all. Did Scotty die?
Two former California.
Look at him.
You dead, Scotty?
What?
He's there. Okay.
Oh, okay. You're alive again. Sorry. I thought you were dead for a second.
Am I dropping?
Yeah, you dropped
a little bit. Yeah, I think you're all right though.
Okay, cool.
2 former California cops. I decided to put all the anti-cop.
What is it?
Yeah,
This is just an all cops is bad episode today.
Yeah, I just decided to. Well, we had quite a few. I mean, it's like one of those days where like there's a bunch of fucking anti-cop shit. So I just decided to fucking throw it all right there at the fucking front because fuck the police.
Well, they make it easy, don't they?
Yeah, it's not hard. 2 former California cops pulled over suspects, took their drugs and cash, and pocketed the loot for themselves.
Protect and serve.
Dude, how many millions of times has this shit fucking happened?
Tons.
This has got to be the oldest cop scam in the book.
Yeah,
right here.
Dude. Civil forfeiture and then just straight up just for highway robbery. The cops in some cases are the new highwaymen, guys. They just pull you over, they take all your money and go, hey, well, just go on your go about your business, sir. Have a nice day.
The U.S. Department of Justice on Friday announced charges against 2 police officers accused of conspiring to extort money, property, and even drugs from suspects pulled over on a California highway. According to an originally sealed criminal complaint filed March 9th in the Northern District of California, officers Brendan J.C. Tatum of Santa Rosa and Joseph Huffaker of Rohnert Park were assigned to drug interdiction work for the city of Rohnert Park Department of Public Safety. However, when the team was disbanded due to changes in California's marijuana law, the officers allegedly began impersonating agents with the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, which I guess that's been added since then. How come it's not the ATFE then? Oh, well. And continuing to pull people over. Rather than make arrests, refer charges to prosecutors, or log seized evidence into the county lockup, the 2 are alleged to have pocketed the proceeds for themselves. Tatum is accused of extorting at least $3,700 in cash and 60 pounds of marijuana with a value of at least $85,000 in December of 2017, a criminal complaint says. Huffaker is accused of taking some of the marijuana proceeds. When he realized the FBI was onto them, Tatum allegedly falsified a police report to cover his tracks. But the numbers were possibly much, much larger. According to a complaint, Tatum evaded his income taxes, failing to report at least $443,059 in cash deposits for the tax year of 2016, for which there is probable cause to believe were derived from his extortion scheme.
Oh, no shit. He didn't make it being a cop.
Yeah, he and his wife together reported taxable income of just $85,000.
We can't. I mean, that's one of the way the government gets you. I mean, it's like not defend. That's why that's one of the ways they make a case against you is that it's like, hey, all your ill-gotten gains, did you report them on a tax form? Well, of course you fucking didn't. Who's going to report fucking their extortion money? Oh, by the way, I extorted drug dealers and people transporting drugs and shit and, money across state lines. So I actually made like $500,000 last year.
Yeah. I mean, people in the chat saying this isn't the South, but it also isn't riddling somebody with bullets either. So,
yeah, this is just no. Floyd family agrees to $27 million settlement amidst ex-cop's trial.
Settlement for what? I thought he died of a natural heart attack while having his head
it was a
on.
fentanyl overdose, remember?
Oh, that. Yeah. It was a fentanyl overdose.
He had the fentanyl in the system. How you say it was the police if they had fentanyl? If
I love
that clean his whistle.
I love the fucking conceit that like George Floyd was going to die no matter what happened to him in that time frame, you know?
Guys, he actually brought on himself.
I mean, like, you know, sure, a cop was like kneeling on his head for fucking like 20 minutes, but I don't think that's what caused him to die. He just died of an unrelated fentanyl overdose. It's like, what?
Yeah, it'd be one thing if he was having a fentanyl overdose and the police showed up and that was the story. That's clearly not what happened. We have a video of what happened. So nice try.
So the city of Minneapolis on Friday agreed to pay $27 million to settle a civil lawsuit from George Floyd's family over the black man's death in police custody as jury selection continued in a former officer's murder trial. Council members met privately to discuss the settlement, then returned to public session for a unanimous vote in support of the massive payout. It easily surpassed the $20 million the city approved 2 years ago for the family of a white man killed by a police officer. Floyd family attorney Ben Crump, same Ben Crump we just heard talking in that other story, by the way, called it the largest pretrial settlement ever for a civil rights claim and thanked city leaders for showing you care about George Floyd. It's going to be a long journey to justice. This is one step of the journey to justice, Crump said. This makes a statement that George Floyd deserved better than what we witnessed on May 25th, 2020, that George Floyd's life mattered, and by extension, Black Lives Matter. Even though my brother is not here, he's with me in my heart, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So obviously the family is very happy, but, you know, probably not going to really actually restore any sort of, I don't know if it,
where does that money come from? Where's that money come from? Taxpayers. So basically the police get a huge budget and then they kill somebody.
Yeah.
And obviously years before, we actually covered that story before too. You know, when they shot that woman because the cop got surprised. Oh, I'm surprised. Then they kneel on somebody's neck, kill him. You know, they kill George Floyd. And again, taxpayers have to bail the government out. Yet again, the police out. Oh, okay. So they get to go kill people and then we have to pay for it. It's wonderful, isn't it? That's so wonderful.
It's a theme at every level.
We get to pay the cops to kill people that don't need killing, and then we get to pay the remunerations of the families of the people that were unnecessarily killed.
And when we're not doing that, we get to pay the tab for insane gambling on Wall Street by billionaires and fucking hedge funds and shit too.
Oh, wonderful!
Because when all those chickens come to roost, who do you think pays that?
Well, we saw what happens there in 2008. So, yeah.
We're an ATM to them. That's all.
By the way, I mean, I've been doing a lot of like investing in the stock market and shit. And I've been paying attention to that. I can tell you right now that everyone knows that there's like 15 different gigantically overinflated bubbles, any one of which bursts is going to take down the whole fucking economy again. And, you know, so basically taxpayers of America, just be prepared once again to bail out Wall Street. Cause any day now you're going to see the oh shit, the fucking, this bubble burst.
Oh, cause you know what you hear, TJ, like real estate, like there's a real estate boom going on, but it's not like there's not the last boom. Oh, it's not like the last boom. There's a stock bubble. Oh, it's not like the last stock bubble. This is a different bubble. It's like the universe. It just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. It'll never stop expanding. Up, 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 up. I mean, come on. How fucking naive can you be?
Talking too close to the mic, TJ. Sorry. Well, it's a handheld mic. The reason is because this mic here, I'd have to like lean here to talk into. And my back is fucked up, so fuck you.
Yeah, muscle
you're,
in back.
You're a douchebag. You're a douchebag for even criticizing me for a second.
You're a douchebag, TJ Kirk.
I hope you die.
You are a fat.
And I hope that the taxpayers don't have to fucking pay your family either. Researchers discover a dinosaur preserved sitting on a nest of eggs with fossilized embryos, which is a first, apparently.
Damn.
Jurassic Park.
That's cool.
I
love dinosaur shit. Dude, what happened to this poor mother dinosaur that was sitting on some eggs?
Scientists are celebrating the first discovery of a dinosaur preserved while sitting on a nest of eggs with fossilized embryos, including at least 3 that were visible. The, Oviraptorosaur fossil was uncovered from rocks that are 70 million years old in Gansu City, China. The Carnegie Museum of Natural History said in a news release in January. Oviraptorosaurs were part of a diverse group of feathered, bird-like dinosaurs that lived during the Cretaceous period. Dinosaurs preserved on their nests are rare, and so are fossil embryos. This is the first time a non-avian dinosaur has been found sitting on a nest of eggs that preserve embryos in a single spectacular specimen, said Shundong B, a CMNH researcher and professor at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania in the release. B and Xing Zhu, a professor at Chinese Academy of Sciences, were the primary authors of the paper, announcing the discovery in Science Bulletin. So here's a little depiction of what these dinosaurs are thought to look like. Pretty cool.
Dude, that's crazy. That's
Man,
crazy.
I'd love to see some shit like that. Yeah, it is crazy, huh, Paul?
Dude, that's crazy.
Is that insane, Paul?
Not quite insane, but it's crazy, though.
Wow.
Is it wild?
Unbelievable.
Pretty wild.
Wow. Wild. Crazy.
Pretty
Crazy
world, man. Pretty far out, you know?
Whoa.
Oh, blowing my fucking mind, bro. Can't believe it.
I don't see any details about how this might have happened or, you know, what the circumstances
how are they going to fucking speculate on that? You know what I mean?
I actually do know what happened, TJ.
Okay.
I thought you would know it, dude. TJ, what killed the dinosaurs?
Is it,
TJ?
was it the meteor?
The Ice Age!
Oh, the Ice Age.
Yeah, it was the Ice Age, dude.
It just froze sitting there.
Yeah, poor dinosaur.
Terrible movie, but I still love it.
High school announcer blames diabetes for racist remarks towards girls who kneel during national anthem.
I've got the beatus. I'm sorry I said them racist things. I never meant it. My blood sugar level spiked. Now, I look, I will say this. I believe this guy's story, but I have seen, I think it was Cops or something. A guy did have a diabetic vein, and people do crazy shit like this, but I doubt that's why he did it.
A high school sports announcer has come under fire for racist remarks he made about a girls' basketball team while they were kneeling during the national anthem. On Friday, the announcer blamed his actions on diabetes. Matt Rowan made the remarks Thursday at a game between Norman High School and Midwest City in Oklahoma, 6A state basketball tournament. In a recording of the broadcast, broadcasters heard telling viewers that the broadcast would return after the national anthem, but the mics were never turned off while the national anthem played. When girls from Norman High kneeled, broadcaster Rowan immediately criticized them, saying, "I hope Norman gets their ass kicked. Fuck them. I hope they lose." He said, "If they're going to kneel like that, hell no." He then called the students the N-word. A video of the live broadcast was recorded and shared online. In a statement released on Friday, Rowan said he most regrettably made some statements that cannot be taken back. He blamed his remarks on a spike in blood sugar.
Oh, man.
The Twinkie defense, dude.
Yeah. Why'd you murder those people? Oh, my blood sugar levels were off the charts. Come on, man.
This just sounds like a dude that probably had some people on his side at the beginning, and then it's like that, you know. It's like, I can imagine it was the same scene as when Kramer flipped out and started calling a bunch of people the N-word at that comedy thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people were with him and then they were like, wait a minute. Whoa.
Got a little, okay. All right.
Has this guy had his insulin? I mean, he's acting very diabetic right now, you know?
Yeah. State. Okay. Yeah. He wrote a giant thing about.
Yeah. Basically, I'm a family man. I love the church. I don't know what happened. You just got caught being a racist. You're too fucking stupid to turn your mic off. I mean, like, unfortunately, this guy never would have lost his position because it was a closet racist, but it came out in the open. I mean, what a coward. If you really want to say this shit, then at least stand by your words instead of going, my diabetes.
Dude, my betas flared up. I never would have said that.
Diabetes didn't make you a fucking racist, dude. Give me a fucking break.
My betas.
Weak ass fucking shit.
My betas.
Guys, next time you fucked up, just blame a disease.
Vasectomy mayhem at Virginia urologist draws trademark complaint from NCAA. The organizers of college basketball's March Madness are challenging a trademark won by the medical practice. Okay, I'm not really sure I get what's going on here, but let's see. The NCAA is challenging a group of Virginia urologists who trademarked the phrase vasectomy mayhem, claiming it's too close to the famed basketball tournament March Madness. What?
Not really.
No, it's not. What? That's stupid.
How?
Vasectomy mayhem is too close to March Madness. It doesn't even have either word in common. I mean, like, what?
Madness and mayhem are very similar words, TJ.
I guess.
You could even argue synonyms.
Yeah, I guess. But vasectomy and March are not synonyms.
I mean, they're both actions. Are they not?
I guess. Well,
maybe the commercial
March
alluded to like March Madness.
March is not an action. Is March an action? I mean, well, yeah, if you're marching, but they're not referring to that.
Who knows? I mean, a very versatile word, and we're dealing with a very sticky subject here, TJ. And I think the NCAA may have a case.
Is there an ad down below we can see? Are they using like basketball? Or are they like making it like?
Here's a genius Hoops Madness idea. In order to legitimately spend 3 days on the couch watching hoops, wife totally supporting your lounging, call Virginia Urology right now and schedule
it wasn't the vasectomy madness at all. It was this hoops madness shit they're using in their fucking thing.
Vasectomy. Hey, no better time to get it done. But you gotta call now to align your couch time with optimal tube time for the best games. Hey, this isn't madness. It just makes good sense.
Hey guys, want to know how we can help you out?
Hey guys, welcome to the madness of vasectomy.
I'm starting to think I was actually right about this.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that at least they were trying to do a play on it, I guess.
But like, I think it's more like presented in a way that it almost seems like March Madness and the NCAA fucking like approves this or co-sponsors it or some shit.
Yeah,
it's like structured all around March Madness and has nothing to do with vasectomy. Yeah. I was right, dude. I was right.
We don't think anyone has confused our vasectomy ads with any other organization, he added. We are disappointed with this costly and unnecessary legal challenge, but will remain focused on caring for our community. March Madness was canceled last year due to the coronavirus pandemic, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I still think this is a little bit of a stretch, but I guess I can kind of see where they're coming from.
I think Back to the Future's got a lawsuit too, because that looked like Back to the Future's logo. Did you see it?
Yeah, kind of. That's true.
Had the Back to the Future
Cold War
colors.
era weapon, $100 billion U.S. plan to build new nuclear missile sparks concern. The U.S.
Why? Why would it go? Wait, what's concern? Why?
The U.S. is building a new $100 billion nuclear missile based on a set of flawed and outdated assumptions, a new report by the Federation of American Scientists will say.
Yay!
The report, due to be published next week, will argue that the planned ground-based strategic deterrent is being driven by intense industry lobbying and politicians from states that will benefit most from it economically, rather than a clear assessment of the purpose of the new intercontinental ballistic missile. It is becoming increasingly clear that there has not been a serious consideration of what role these Cold War era weapons are supposed to play in a post-Cold War security environment, the FAS report titled Siloed Thinking will say. According to the FAS, a nonpartisan think tank, the U.S. Air Force price tag for the new GBSD was deliberately framed in such a way as to appear slightly less than the cost of extending the life of the missile it will be replacing, the Minuteman III. An independent assessment by the RAND Corporation at about the same time suggested the cost of a totally new weapon could cost 2 to 3 times more. An effort by Congress to mandate an independent study on the comparative cost was blocked in 2019 with the help of the industry lobby.
Shocking.
The current estimate is that the basic acquisition cost of the GBSD will be $100 billion, while the total cost of building, operating, and maintaining it over its project lifespan to 2075 is projected to be $264 billion. Mm-hmm.
Hey, where's the chorus of people saying how are we going to pay for it? Where are they at? Yes, I'm hearing some crickets maybe. Oh, how are we going to pay for it? 264.
Where is it? Which one? There it is.
There it is. Hey, you guys hear that? 264 billion. How are we going to pay for it? Oh, independent study? Yeah, block that. Oh, it's going to, and by the way, the 264 billion, That's a joke too. It's gonna be like 500 billion. They're gonna fucking bilk the government for so much goddamn money for this project.
That's how it works.
Yeah, of course.
Ex-Illinois teacher convicted of pouring nitrogen on student.
Fuck.
A former chemistry teacher at a suburban Chicago high school has been convicted of reckless conduct for pouring liquid nitrogen on a student during a science demonstration in 2018, injuring the youth. A chemistry teacher at a suburban Chicago high school has been convicted of reckless conduct for pouring liquid nitrogen on a student during science demonstration in 2018, injuring the youth. A DuPage County jury on Tuesday also found Gary Broderson, 66, guilty of one count of endangering the health of a child, or endangering the health or life of a child following a 2-day trial, prosecutor said. That charge and the reckless conduct charge are both misdemeanors. Really? Endangering the health or life of a child is a misdemeanor? Good to know.
I guess
Broderson of Carpentersville was performing a science demonstration in front of a class in 2018 at Bartlett High School when prosecutors said he poured liquid nitrogen on male student's chest and groin area. The student suffered burn injuries to a finger and his groin, the state's attorney said. Mr. Broderson displayed extremely poor judgment when he doused a student with a dangerous chemical during a science demonstration. DuPage County State Attorney Robert Berlin said in a
hey, kid, statement. Chill out.
Cool party. The student had volunteered to take part in the science demonstration, but did so with the understanding that liquid nitrogen to be poured over his chest area, not on his groin area, the state's attorney said. The student has since fully recovered, the office said. The student was lying on his back in a classroom when Broderson poured the liquid nitrogen onto his chest, followed by a large amount on his groin, the Daily Herald reported. Broderson resigned from his position and voluntarily surrendered his teaching certificate in June 2018.
What?
I don't understand any of this. What's going on here? Huh?
Lay down. Let me pour this on your chest, which also doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't.
And then let me dump it on your fucking groin. Like, he must have hated this kid or something. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Like, there's no fucking way this guy was a chemistry teacher and was like, what's gonna happen if I do this? What?
Was he in front of the fucking class when it happened?
Yeah, I guess.
So what was this a demonstration of? How to lose your job as a teacher?
I guess.
Oh, he's just a dumbass. Yeah. Because you can dunk your hand real quick into liquid nitrogen, but
he's like, oh, let me just pour this on you.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, liquid nitrogen's real cold, but it actually won't hurt your body. See, let me pour it all over this student's cock and balls.
Oh my God.
Slender Man teen wants conditional release from mental health facility. In 2017, Anissa Wire was sentenced to up to 25 years in a mental institution. Anissa Wire, one of two 12-year-old girls who said they attacked a friend to please the fictional character Slender Man, is asking for conditional release from her mental health facility. In 2014, Wire and Morgan Geyser lured Peyton Leutner, also 12, to the woods in Waukesha, Wisconsin, where Geyser stabbed Leutner 19 times while Wire watched. Leutner was rushed to a hospital with life-threatening injuries, but survived. At a Wednesday court hearing, Judge Michael Boren reviewed several medical reports and a letter written by Wire. Wire, now 19, wrote in the letter, I have exhausted all the resources available to me at Winnebago Mental Health Institute. If I'm to become a productive member of society, I need to be a part of society. In 2017, Wire was sentenced up for 25 years in the mental institution.
I mean, I don't know how do you sentence a 12-year-old to 25 years? You know what I mean?
It does seem a little excessive to me. I would agree. Wire said she's taking responsibility that comes with living with a mental illness by communicating with total transparency to my treatment team members, participating wholeheartedly in all aspects of my treatment, and maintaining 100% medication adherence. I am sorry and deeply regretful for the agony, pain, and fear I have caused, Wire wrote, adding, I take full responsibility for my actions. I vowed after my crime I would never become a weapon again, and I intend to keep that vow, she said. Wire has returned to Winnebago Mental Health Institution until a decision is made for release.
She would never become a weapon again?
Yeah, I guess.
Why is she talking? Why is she talking like a grizzled old fucking soldier that they're asking to come back for one more mission?
Well, she's in a mental institution for a reason, probably, you know.
I will never become a weapon of Slender Man again. I promise to ignore his presence outside my window.
There's a paragraph that kind of explains it. Go up a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
Geyser and Weir were charged in adult court with first-degree attempted intentional homicide. Weir pleaded guilty to a lesser charge when was found by a jury to be not guilty by mental disease or defect. So that's basically why. So they found them. I guess they were not competent to stand trial.
Yeah,
I guess Geyser was sentenced up to 40 years.
There's like a whole fucking documentary on this that I watched a long time ago, and I don't know if I don't know about sending two 12-year-old girls to a fucking mental hospital forever. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Neither one of them, you know what I mean, showed any signs of being psychopathic prior to this. It just sounds like they got too into the fanfic, you know what I mean?
Slender Man, if we want to have the Slender Man mansion in the woods, we have to show him we're serious. We have to kill our friend.
I mean, the guy that cut off somebody's head on a Greyhound bus has been released, you know? So, I mean, at a certain point, I mean, yeah, they did something really horrible, but, you know, if you know, people who are trained professionals have evaluated them and think they can become a productive member of society at that time, especially if they were found not guilty by the fact that they're suffering from these issues. I mean, at some point you have to rehabilitate people. Like, if you don't give people another chance, then what are they supposed to do? Just live in a mental institution the rest of their lives, or 25 years, like to their 30s? How are they going to be adjusted to society at all at that point? There's not going to be any chance for them.
State to pay $475,000 to family of pot suspect killed by dozer. The state of Pennsylvania will pay $475,000 to the estate of a man who died underneath a bulldozer that Pennsylvania State Police had used to chase him over a handful of marijuana plants. What?
Yet again.
The state of Pennsylvania, I should have put this in the cop section, oh well, will pay $475,000 to the estate of a man who died underneath a bulldozer that Pennsylvania State Police had used to chase him for growing a handful of marijuana plants, according to a settlement revealed in court Thursday.
They ran over a dude with a bulldozer because he growed some pot?
I guess.
Yep.
Gregory Longnecker, a 51-year-old short order cook and Grateful Dead fan, had fled into thick brush after being caught growing 10 marijuana plants on public land near Reading. His body was found under the treads of a Pennsylvania Game Commission bulldozer that the state police had commandeered in pursuit. The lawsuit by Longnecker's family contended that the state police and Game Commission took crazy and lethal action against an unarmed man who posed no threat and then destroyed or withheld evidence to cover it up. The plaintiff's attorney, Jordan Strakovsky, said outside the court Thursday that Longnecker's family is pleased with the settlement but wants sweeping reforms to prevent such an excessive show of force and tragedy like this in the future. What reform are you going to pass? The Don't Run Over People with a Bulldozer Act of 2021?
Dude, somebody in the chat said, like, how do you get hit by a bulldozer? Like, I think I found the one person in our chat that's never smoked pot. You know what I mean? Whoa, go, man, run, bro. I feel like I'm going way faster than I think I'm really going. Oh, shit. The dude was a Grateful Dead fan, for fuck's sake, man. That's how they ran him over with a bulldozer.
A prosecutor who investigated Longnecker's death concluded that troopers acted reasonably. Authorities have publicly contended that Longnecker was high on methamphetamine, crawled under the back of the bulldozer when it stopped briefly, and was crushed to death when it started moving again and made a left turn. The lawsuit called that explanation ludicrous, and witness statements cast doubt on the official version of how he got caught under the machine. Strakovsky demanded an investigation by the state attorney general's office, accusing the Berks County District Attorney's Office and state police of misleading the public.
Yeah, no shit. Why were you chasing a dude with a fucking bulldozer?
They acted so reasonably.
Isn't there a fucking buddy cop movie where they do that?
Maybe.
I could swear that there's a buddy cop, like a buddy cop movie where they use a fucking bulldozer.
So I'm assuming what happened with this guy is that he was growing this shit in the middle of nowhere and figured, maybe not the middle of nowhere, but just somewhere like off the beaten path where he figured, okay, no one's ever going to find this. And then they probably just laid in wait, like, okay, this guy's growing weed, surveilled him, and then popped out with all this shit and chased him. And then I guess, they killed him. They're like, oh shit, yeah, he was high on meth. He was high on meth, jumped on the back and killed himself, basically.
Over some weed.
There's no reasonable set of circumstances wherein you run someone over with a bulldozer. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't exist.
Well, I mean, like, look, all right. Let's say that you're working a construction site.
Sure.
And while you're away, like a homeless dude takes refuge up under something that you're going to demolish or whatever. And you don't know that he's under there and he gets crushed by the bulldozer or whatever. That's you know what I mean? You could see some accident like that happen.
Okay, so yeah, like a 1 in a million freak accident like that. But no one should be like, hey, let's pursue this suspect in this bulldozer. You know what I mean? Like that shouldn't be a thing. There's no reasonable course of action where it's like they're getting away quick, hop in the bulldozer. You know what I mean?
Is it Lethal Weapon 3? It feels like it would be a Lethal Weapon movie. I need to watch those again, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I've been thinking about rewatching at least the first one.
What the fuck happened to Lethal Weapon maybe coming?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think they're gonna do a 5th one, so maybe you wait.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're doing the 5th one.
Tucker's so offended by WAP performance at Grammys, he shows it multiple times. Fox News host Tucker Carlson made a big show on Monday night over decrying Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's risque Grammy performance, saying they're intentionally trying to degrade our culture.
You can play the video if you want to, Jade.
See, and your kids shouldn't see it. They've eliminated Dr. Seuss books from Read Across America Day earlier this month on Dr. Seuss's birthday. Since then, the cultural vandals in charge of our own cultural revolution have censored everything from cartoon skunks to Peter Pan and Dumbo. All filth!
I made a video about how all that he just said is bullshit, by the way.
None of that would I call filth, but you are fucking filth, and they should cancel you fucking weaselly little shit. Like, look, dude, even his neckties don't look right. That's why you need to put the bow tie back on. Hashtag get Cucker back in the bow tie. Because, like, dude, look at that tie around that pencil neck.
He loves wearing these like undersized ties for some reason.
Oh, look at my little baby tie. I'm Tucker Carlson. Fuck this idiot. Cultural vandal. You fucking cultural vandal, you big waspy piece of fucking nothing shit.
Portion we could play you.
All right, let me see. I can't even really sing the song.
This is the part we can show you.
Oh,
I love that.
I hated that. Oh, I disapprove.
Tisk, America.
Dude, the Cucker face.
What we've become? Is this what we've become, America?
No more Dumbo. It's too filthy. We get that instead.
Dumbo is not.
We get that.
Dude, he acts like this is like. I love how conservative America is acting like that. This is the first time that a female artist has gotten filthy, or the first time that a music like a song has gotten filthy. Dude, songs have been filthy since songs were songs. Dude, Beethoven wrote a fucking song called Leck mich in ein Arsch or whatever the fuck about how he wanted to have somebody lick his fucking asshole. So like, dude, this idea that like music has never touched on sexuality, or that Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are somehow fucking sullying culture by doing something that's been done for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Fucking ridiculous.
Dude, I played
it was Mozart. Yeah. I thought it was Beef Oven.
Yeah, I think it is Mozart. But I played this song from a woman called Lucille Bogan from back in the fucking day, called "Till the Cows Come Home." I put it on my Twitter, like kind of in response to this and shit. And there was a dude in there who's like, "There's no this." I was like, "This is a song from 1934," and he's like, "There's no fucking way. This is obviously a modern song meant to sound like it's from 1934." I'm like, no, this is from 1934. There was an entire genre of fucking music called like dirty blues that was all super raunchy and sexual. Like, she literally fucking says that she like, let me see if I can find the fucking funniest line of this fucking song. If you suck my pussy, baby, I'll suck your dick. I'll do it to you, honey, till I make you shit. Oh, baby, honey, do it all night long. Do it to me, papa, till the cows come home. So like, yeah, I mean, this has been around forever. Even you can like go back. There was like trials and shit where like this you know, like what's that fucking shit called? I guess actual minstrels, not minstrel shows in the US, but like actual like medieval minstrels singing about fucking like dicks and pussies and all that stuff. Cause like well, guess what?
There are stories
Sex
about
and death are so quintessential to the human experience. As long as there have been songs about sex.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Like there were minstrels back in the medieval days that were fucking hauled before the court for singing sexual songs about the king, dude. And they were raunchy, body, and fucking all that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
God, every medium possible. Paintings.
I saw King George sucking a dick on the morrow.
Candace Owens is the author of Blackout and the host of Candace. She joins us today. Candace Owens, thanks so much for coming on. It's hard
Thanks
not
so
to
much for
conclude
coming on
intentionally
and being our token black conservative to add a little legitimacy to my tiny tie take on this, Candace. Thanks for always being there to be on the other side of culture and progressivism for your people. Thank you so much, Candace, for coming on and being our little token black. Thank you.
Culture and hurt our children.
I mean, absolutely, Tucker. I mean, Dr. Seuss, gone. Mr. Potato Head, problematic, not enough genders available. We've seen going through this.
This is just a lie. Like all this shit they're saying is just lies.
It's gone. It's gone.
Lies. It's not even true.
What is the gender of this potato?
This is the new war on Christmas.
Yeah.
Remember how that shit never existed?
They conservatives they just want the war on Christmas year round now. It's the war on this. It's the war on that. It's like none of what you're saying is even fucking accurate, dog. Mr. Potato Head is still on the market. They haven't gotten rid of that. All they did was they started branding it under a fucking. I mean, I explain all this in a fucking video that I just
TJ,
uploaded to my channel.
You're lying. You're lying, TJ. Mr. Potato Head is gone. Now it's just Potato Head.
Not enough genders for the potato.
Them.
I mean, give me a fucking break. It's a potato.
Supermarket as a traumatizing experience. We lost Aunt Jemima last year. We lost Land O'Lakes butter last year. We lost Uncle Ben and his rice last year because everything is so traumatizing for children to look at. But this spectacle, virtually what we were looking at last night was a lesbian sex scene being simulated on television.
Sounds good to me.
And this is considered feminine.
Oh, dude, did you see this fucking bullshit she posted on her Twitter? It was the weirdest fucking shit. Hold on, I gotta go find this tweet by her. Then we gotta fucking probably go.
By the way, we didn't lose Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben, you can still go look at pictures of the folksy black dude that they used to sell rice to white people forever. The profits for which never found their way to a fucking black person ever. You should be happy about it, Candace.
Dude, Aunt Jemima is basically just like a pun on Ain't Jemima, you know, because she's a mammy.
Right.
She's a fucking Southern racist mammy stereotype character that's like the slave woman that raises the white kids up and makes them pancakes. That's what she's supposed to invoke, you know? It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like
we do have to snip these plebs though. We do. We're 5 minutes over budget already.
I know. Okay, well, I want to find him this one fucking Candace Owens tweet. Well, whatever. I'll reiterate it. Basically, Candace Owens She tweets like a million fucking times a second, so it's kind of hard to find it. But she basically described this as like a woman sticking her vagina in another woman's vagina, which makes me think that Candace Owens doesn't know how vaginas work, which is really weird given that she's like, you know, a woman.
Ostensibly, yeah.
Dude, that kind of, the concept is kind of hot. Stuffing a pussy in a pussy, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I think you're right about that.
A pussy wrapped inside a pussy, stuffed inside a pussy.
Oh my God, it's like a turducken pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, puss ducking.
Think about that. Turducken pussy, dude.
Pussin'? I don't know. Someone name it. Anyway, so guys, we gotta go. We gotta go do the show for the patrons. The first half of our show, Flash Friday, is always live for everybody, but the second half is for our patrons only. So we urge you to become patrons, so you can catch the whole fucking thing. And we do this every week. Also, you get a fucking another Friday show that only goes out to patrons that we do for our Deep Fat Fried podcast every week.
Puss and puss.
Puss and puss, man. Puss and puss.
Toss that puss in the puss.
So the link is down below. Please join our Patreon. It's only $5 a month or $10 a month if you want to go all the way to that level. But it's down below. Check it out. See you there, hopefully. And we're going to bid you guys adieu. We'll see you on the other side of the paywall.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.